Hey there guys, you're back here with Stone Reaper, and today I'm here with myself. I have my friend, my two friends in the party. Uh, okay. I have my two friends in the party. I have Micro, as you guys know, he always helps me with videos and stuff like that. And then I have my extra friend Megan. She's pretty chill. So today I'm going to be telling a story about the first time that I broke anything in my body, which was my actual finger. So it starts off with a nice refreshing day. We're all nice and happy, and as we're going through it, my dad's like, "Hey, I rented this log splitter." Hint, hint. No, not gonna give away the story too quickly. But I rented this log splitter, and I want you guys to split logs without me being out there. Now, granted, my brother is out there helping me, so it's not a one-man job. So we walk outside after a nice refreshing breakfast, best breakfast right before I break my finger. Not smiling. So so we go outside, and the log splitter's sitting like right next to my house, because how my house is, it's like more of like it's not necessarily a rectangle, but it's more like it's kind of like a triangle with like three other triangles. So in the backyard, which we have like half an acre, in the backyard we have something. We had the log splitter, and we have like a little island or something right there. So my dad places the log splitter like right next to the window, so you can see through the window, because there's like two windows right there where my mom's bedroom is, and then we have a porch, and then we have like a little deck back there. So we're sitting out there, and my dad's watching for the first like a good 5 to 10 minutes. He's like, "Alright, just making sure y'all don't kill each other." I'm like, "Yeah." So I go, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm gonna take control of my log." My brother splits the log. My brother loads it in, because how a log splitter is there's a blade, there's a lever, and what happens is when you push the lever forward, the blade presses into the actual log. It's not like an actual like saw cutting it. There's a metal plate there, and then you set the log, and then there's an actual like in this case it was a 5-ton blade, and it sat there, and it was pointy, and what happens is it slowly presses against the actual like wood, and it splits it that way. It's not like a saw that cuts through it. So my brother loads the blade and loads it on. It has like two little stands to make sure the logs actually stay there, and then whenever it splits, it falls over, so that way you can load it back on. So my brother decides, okay, I'm gonna load it on. So we're loading a good 5 to 10. It's all nice and smooth, and he's like, "Alright." So whenever he first loads it, I'm over here making sure he has his gloves, so I make sure that he doesn't actually like get his finger stuck. So I make sure like whenever he's done, he holds his hands up, so that way he's not like messing with it or anything. Because my brother's older than me. He's about 7 years older than me, around 7. He is 22, and I am 13 going on 14 right now. He's going on 22 next year. So actually 21 next year. So in this case, yeah, he's actually 7 years in front of me. Yep. So in this case, he is older, yes, so he should have had control of it. So at the time, I was in control, because apparently I am more responsible, so this leads into the fact that so he pushes me off of it. He's like, "Hey, you load it, because I'm stronger, so I'm going to sit here and control it because I'm more responsible." I said, "Okay, that sounds fine to me." So as he's over there working the actual lever, I'm loading it on. Granted, he doesn't pay attention as much. So I'm sitting there loading the log, and the first step that I noticed what was wrong is he never told me to put my hands up when we're done. So every time I load a log, he'd instantly push it, like he was trying to get it done as fast as possible. Well, in that process, the tip of my glove caught the actual metal, that was the first sign that something bad was going to happen in the future, because he wasn't paying attention to that. So my glove caught it, and I ripped my glove trying to pull it out. So I was like, okay, that's fine. And then the second time, my finger almost gets caught in there. So I'm like, crap. So I pulled it out real quick as he was about to push it. As I felt a little pressure in my hand, I ripped my hand, like streaked it out, and I didn't get hurt. Maybe a few scratches. So then comes a time when he doesn't pay attention at all. Like he just sits there, and my friend's there too. My friend's watching him like do it. So I load a good 10 to 12 pound log on there, not that much, Actually, that's kind of pretty big. So I load it on there, and it's bigger than the blade. The blade stands at around 6 inches tall, so it's bigger than the blade. So I put my actual like hand or my whole hands on there. I load it in, and I try and push it forward. And okay, my friend comes back and he's like, "Man, that was a good poop." So, I load it on there, and what happens is my finger gets caught in the actual thing, my right pinky, because I was standing on the, when you're facing it from the front, I was standing on the right side, so I was loading it, and my right hand was on the plate, the metal plate. So as I loaded on there, he pushes the lever forward. And how I loaded it the retarded way, which was both hands on the actual inside of the log instead on the bark side. So that would have been safer. But I loaded it on the inside, and as I was pulling my hand up, the lever, the actual like thing, the actual like blade slash sharpened side. I don't know. I can't remember what you call it because my friend just comes back and he says, "I just come from a poop." So that happens, and then it goes and it slides into the piece of wood, and whenever it does that, my hand gets fixed in, and I can't move my hand. So at the same time, it presses my hand against the metal, and it squashes my hand to about 3 centimeters or an inch, not even an inch, around 2 centimeters wide. So my hand gets smashed, the bone gets crushed, and it's fractured in around 2 to 3 places. I can't bend my hand or my pinky, and there's blood spewing from my nails. That's how bad it was. So then they take me to the doctor, and the doctor's like, "Oh yeah, you fractured it bad." I was like, "Yeah, I know." And he's like, "So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add the splint, and then you'll be fine in around 6 to a few weeks." So as I'm doing that, I take the splint off after a few days after it starts to feel a little better, but it's not really good. And there's blood blisters everywhere, all over my hand, and I'm like, wow, that's really bad. And my mom's like, "Don't mess with it. You'll just make it worse. It'll bleed everywhere." I was like, okay. So they started to go away, but my teachers were so nice at that time because they didn't even know what happened. I was like, I just got a splint, and my teacher was like, "Hey, you don't have to do the work." And I was like, man, that's so great, because how they were just like so nice. And what happened was, at that same time, we had to do like 3 papers. So they were like, if anything, you can type it, or you can just not do it. I was like, oh wow, that's so nice. And then as soon as I got like the splint removed, they were like, "Yep, you're doing it." I was like, oh man. So, but my brother's name, we're not gonna say his name, but my friend's name is Josh. He was the one that was sitting there. He just looked at me like I'm retarded. The next story I have is the time that Josh actually got like those plastic Capri Sun straws melted to his finger. I think that's gonna be like that's gonna be a funny story. So make sure to tune in next week, guys. I try and do these videos at least once or twice a week. Thank you guys for 47 subscribers. I'm around 47, going on 50. Let's try and hit 50 before school starts, which is around a week. That's actually kind of hard, because I gain like a subscriber a day. I don't know if that's really hard, but thank you guys for watching my videos, and thank you guys for actually staying along and just being there for me. You guys have actually helped me, because I was actually trying to quit, and I was like, hey, I really don't want to do this anymore. And then you guys were just like, hey, we should. I was like, I got so many likes and stuff like that. I was like, wow, this is great. So with that being said, thank you guys so much, and make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time, guys, on this channel, Stone Reaper. And make sure to always stay, up to date, and peace. Thumbs up.